Good evening. Welcome back to Near Post Flick On. So it's official. Virgil Van Dijk signs a new contract, which will keep him at the club until 2027. Now, if you're a Liverpool supporter or a Liverpool fan, this is great news for you. Really and truly, it's great news for you. You've got Mo Salah, who committed a couple of weeks back. You have now gotten Van Dijk, who is committed as well for another 2 years. So he will be at the club until 2027. This is great news for the club, great news for the manager, I'm sure, and great news for the supporters. Why? Because it means you've got a solid team. So the nucleus of the team still remains. The foundation of the team still remains. You know, you've got Mo up front, and you've got Virgil at the back, and it will. I'm sure the other players will be extremely happy to know that their captain, the club captain, has committed his future to the club. So what does this mean for the rest of the Premier League? It means Liverpool are going to win the league again and again and again until 2027. I mean, I can't see City mounting any type of challenge unless Pep builds the team again. He's just got to destroy the team and then rebuild the team again, and that may take a season or two. So for now, I think Liverpool will go into next year having the best and the strongest squad possible. And Van Dijk signing is just like it's like the icing on it's like the cherry on top of the cake, so to speak. I know we're still waiting on Trent. Whether will he go or will he stay? But I think it's highly likely that he will go to Real Madrid. But even if he does go to Real Madrid, as far as Liverpool are concerned and as far as the fans are concerned, you know, Van Dijk committing his future is almost like signing a world class defender for another 2 seasons. So, credit to Liverpool for giving the man what he wants. £400,000 a week is not cheap. And at 33, that's not bad. That is not bad. But, you've got to give credit to Virgil van Dijk. I think he's been an extremely important asset to have. And he's definitely worth his weight in gold. So, kudos to Liverpool and their board for getting the deal done and ensuring that their club captain commits to the club until 2027. Um, I mean, even Van Dijk has come out himself and he said, there was never a doubt in his mind that he was always going to stay he was always going to stay and he was always going to sign a new contract. I mean, yeah, it's brilliant news. It's brilliant news, and for the Premier League as well. It's always good to have the world's best players plying their trade at in the league. You want to watch the best players playing in the best league in the world week in week out, and I think Van Dijk definitely he definitely embodies that. He is a quality defender. You've only got to look back on his career. Since he's been in the Premier League, to be honest, since he moved over from Southampton to Liverpool for 75 million. And at the time, you wouldn't expect defenders to be going for 75 million, but he was worth the investment. Let's just say that he was worth the investment. Liverpool opened up their checkbook and they paid 75 million pounds, British pounds, for Van Dijk, and I think he's been worth every penny, and he's won everything. I think a couple of weeks ago, people are saying, "Oh, Trent is ruining his legacy by going to Real Madrid, this, that, and the third." But just like Trent, I think Van Dijk, you can say that he is a Liverpool legend. Undoubtedly. I'm not sure whether they will have a statue or a mural outside of Anfield for him, but look at what the man has achieved in a short space of time that he's been there. So he came there in the summer of no, sorry, in January 2018, and look at all the things that he's accomplished. He's won the Premier League. He'll probably win it again. He's won the FA Cup back in 2021, 2022. He's won the EFL Cup, or the Carabao Cup, if you like. He's won the FA Cup. He's won the UEFA Champions League. Um, he's won the UEFA Super Cup, and even going back to the Champions League. He's taken them to three finals. That's crazy. Three finals. Yes, they won it in 2018, 2019. Of course, that memorable final against Spurs. And then they've been runner-up in 2017, 18, and then 2021, 22 as well. So he's taken them to 3 finals. So that's just commendable in itself, And this is recent times. We're not talking about 1980s Liverpool or anything like that. We're talking about recent times. He's seen them over the line and he's won silverware, important and respected silverware with Liverpool. He's won the UEFA Super Cup and he's won the FIFA Club World Cup. So I think him signing that contract means a lot to the fans and it means a lot to the club as well. So, kudos to them for getting it done. Great to hear that Van Dijk will be in the Premier League for the next couple of seasons. And unfortunately for the rest of the clubs in the league, i.e. Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, Spurs, Manchester United, they are going to be shitting in their boots. They will be shitting and trembling in their boots to know that Van Dijk is staying, Mo Salah's staying. But as always, we'll see how it goes. Only time will tell. Until next time. So please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.